Hello, hello, everybody. What is up? My name is Erica, and I am the host of the GG Show. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I do this every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have so much to go over today. Everything from the SEC to a really, really crazy WTF moment. We've got some chart toppers, what's hot on streaming. We have a Web3 game discovery. So we've got a lot to go over today. I'm super, super excited. It's going to be a great show. So make sure that you hang in there, grab some popcorn for this tea that is coming up, get comfy, chat to me. It looks like there's already some chats that are coming in. And if you do chat to me, I will bring it up on stage. It looks like the emojis are not doing too hot today with the crossover, though, but that's okay. I definitely appreciate you tuning in, Wino. And we have Julie says, I'm here. Hello, 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 you guys. What is up? Thank you for tuning in and for chatting. So, yeah, definitely make sure that you are chatting. You can do that on all of the platforms, actually, only on X, YouTube, and Twitch. But if you are on any one of those three, you can chat. I'll bring it up. Let me know like what you think about some of this stuff because some of it is a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. But at any rate, the GG Show is powered by Gokstein. Gokstein Media. We have a ton of content creators. We are even bringing on new ones for 2024, which is really exciting. We're ramping up for 2024 to have another great year. And that being said, while it is powered by Gokstein, the show is not currently sponsored. If you would like to sponsor the show, slide into the DMs of G Media and we will definitely get you taken care of. So let's get some sponsors for 2024. I want to be like, this is my sponsor. Here's their logo. We're going to put it up on the screen here. I'm going to give everybody the lowdown on what you are doing. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. So make sure that you do that. G Media on top. Absolutely 100%. All right, you guys, without further ado, let's get into the news because we've got a lot to go over. All right, let's get that pulled up. Okay, you all know that I love this sphere. And for good reason. They always have freaking amazing things. Look at this one from Tetris. I absolutely love it. What a great way to start out the show. Unfortunately, there's no sound, but if you can imagine what Tetris sounded like, I can't. I should have a sound bite. I'm going to get a sound bite for next time. It'll be a Tetris one. So with that, that is amazing. Oh, game over. Oh no. Not like the 13-year-old who actually freaking beat Tetris. Like, what a Chad. He is going to grow up to have that. He should be in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. But yeah, that was last week. This week, we had on January 9th, the Bitcoin ETF is approved. I posted this on my Twitter. I was so excited, or on my X. I was like, breaking news, breaking news. And I was at work. This is just one of the stories that just goes down in history. So I was at work, but I was listening to an X space, and with David was hosting it, I think, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, like it just got approved!" And then not even like a minute later, it was like the SEC Gov account was compromised, and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved, and so we're all like, oh my god, delete the post, like redact it, put up another tweet that says, just kidding, like what the hell happened. And so it was absolutely earmuffs if you have kids. It was a complete shit show. You guys all know that. We were like, what the hell just happened? This is insane. And of course, like the comments that poured in were like, just freaking amazing. Like the hacker's been identified. Investigate yourselves immediately. Wallet guard, shout out to you guys. This is a reminder to secure your financial accounts as well as protect. That was from Gary Gensler. He's the head of the SEC. That was on October 24th. So, don't throw stones if you live in a fishbowl, Gary Gensler, but whatever. So the bad thing about this is that about $300 million dollars was actually liquidated from the Bitcoin market. So it was a big deal. And then we were like, okay, so is this going to happen or not? Like, Was it an intern? Like, who did it? Did they not know how to post a tweet in advance and schedule it? Did they do it a day early? Like, what the hell is going on here? Everybody was tagging Elon, like, let the people know what is going on. You've got to let us know because this is absolute insanity. And then Safety X said, yes, we can confirm the SEC Gov was compromised. It's a preliminary investigation. La, 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 la. Okay, all of that. You can go back and read it if you want to. But then, anyway, so now let me see what Julie said. She said, "Who do you think hacked the SECX account?" I'm not 100% sure, but there is actually this group of hackers. They're like furries and they have hacked other government entities. There's just a lot of hacking going on. I really don't know. It'll be interesting to see exactly who they find out did it. I'm sure that they are, as this says, lawmakers are out for blood after after a hack of the SEC's X account causes Bitcoin chaos. Yeah, it was more than chaos. It was like absolute insanity. So we'll have to see exactly who is in charge of this hack, but it could have been easily avoided if you don't already have your phone numbers to your accounts turned off. Get your freaking phone numbers off of your accounts because you can easily be SIM swapped. That's what happened. And also use a freaking 2FA. It's just keep yourself protected. Like, you guys, come on now. This is basic. The SEC, like, how are you supposed to protect us? You can't protect yourselves. Like, what is going on? What if it got hacked at all? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of everything going on. But then, the next day it actually did get approved. Everybody was really afraid to actually be the first one to be like approved just because of what happened the day before, right? Like, did it get approved? I know at Gaksheen, we were waiting until we had like source says plural, like stating that in fact it was, and it's not just another who knows who did it, but it did actually get approved. And so that was really, really exciting. Everybody that has been, that has had conviction in exactly what Bitcoin is, has done your research, and you know that it's a deflationary currency. It's a good store of value, and it's got a lot of things going for it. So it was a really, really exciting day, and we were all pretty pumped about that. So with that, the next day, whoops, wrong slide. Hold on. The next day, let me see on the chart exactly where this was. So that was the day that it happened. This is the day that it got approved. Like, everything has been up and down a little bit. And so why I'm showing this chart is not to FUD, because I do have a lot of conviction in this. I want to show you guys this because anybody who is new to crypto and who may have heard the Bitcoin, like, everything is going on. It got approved as an ETF. They might be like, oh, well, Bitcoin is crashing. Like, look at how much is dipping. I would just like to kindly remind everybody, let's look at the 1-day chart. And let's do this little thing that we call, when in doubt, zoom out. And so if we do zoom out, we can actually see that this is, it's been quite a journey. So I think, like, here's when they said Bitcoin was dead. Here's when they said it was dead. Here's when they said it was dead. And so it is very volatile, but I can guarantee you that there's a lot of people out there. But look at this, is just a little tiny blip on the chart. It literally means nothing. There is a reason why Kathy Wood, who is the head of ARK, she is a trading baddie. I guarantee you, she could run around you in circles. She could run around you, your kids. She could run around your cousin, who is a triathlete athlete. She could run around you guys as far as financial literacy goes. And she actually said that she has 25% of her personal net worth in Bitcoin, which is that was just one of those things where you're like, holy shit, dude. Okay, like, maybe for once, like, we're on the right track. So the point is, this is not financial advice, obviously. I just want to give you guys an idea of what is going on, but educate yourselves on exactly what this is, what a Bitcoin ETF is, which, if you don't know, essentially what that means and why it is such a big deal is because now people can actually have Bitcoin in their retirement fund because their financial planner, fiduciary, they can say, maybe you should diverse a little bit and put some Bitcoin in there. And so that's exactly what it means. Or maybe people who don't want to self custody their Bitcoin, which means hold on to it themselves. Maybe they're just a little bit scared and they'd rather have their financial institution like Fidelity do it for them, or whatever the case may be. Personally, I am always going to be a proponent of self custody, keeping it on your hard wallet, but I understand that there are some people who just are not comfortable with that. And so that is essentially what it means. It's a way for these big entities to be able to safely come in. So now we have a little bit of regulation, like it or not, but that's what it means. So it was actually a pretty big day. So that is the SEC, what exactly happened and the timeline. Of course, we'll still have to wait to see who did it, who hacked them, who's going to get in trouble for that, and who is responsible for liquidating 300 million from the Bitcoin market. We'll have to see. With that, I just wanted to point out that now, of course, that we've got the Bitcoin ETF. Now everybody's like speculating, okay, now ETH is next. And there has been a lot of money moving into ETH. And so it may happen, but this is just speculation. So we've got everything from an ETH ETF, which is, rumored and people are speculating on that, to an XRP ETF. And some people are just like, hell and high water, like this is going to come through. And so it'll be interesting to see exactly like what comes as a spinoff of this. Wino said, it seems like a fun who don't it book. Fun who I think I understand what you're saying, but I can't articulate that. But it's like a who did it, who done it book. Yes, exactly. All right, so there's that. Let's go over some of the really exciting things that happened with CES 2024. This show just wrapped up last week in Vegas, or actually, it was this week in Vegas. And this is like the electronic tech AI show of the entire year. And so, this is one of the products are going to show exactly what they've been working on. Of course, it was very heavily focused around AI, as you could imagine, but there was a leak. It is speculation, so we don't know if this is true or not. But there was a leak that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming in fall of 2024. So essentially, the press release for AI Shark, they said that it speculates the Nintendo Switch 2 in September 24. So of course, we will have to see if that is true or not. It's been about 7 years since the original Nintendo Switch came out. So we are definitely due for a little bit of an upgrade there. But once again, we'll have to see. MSI, they released a handheld. And so there's a lot of handhelds that are actually coming to market right now. But this is the one that aside from the Steam Deck from Valve, this is the one that I wanted to focus on because I believe that it is a real competitor for the Steam Deck. It has kind of a high price point at $699, which is actually comparable to the Steam Deck's new OLED version, which, by the way, this does not have OLED or OLED, however you want to call it or say it. You know what I'm talking about. So it doesn't actually have that, but it does have a really good processor. It's got this cool boost hyperflow. It's ergonomically correct. So while you're holding it, it boasts that it has a really great battery life. And so I couldn't find exactly if it's out yet or if it's on pre-order or what is going on with it. I need to look into it a little bit more. But if you're curious, you can definitely take a look at the MSI website and see some of what it has to offer. So it actually goes through this really cool thing where it lists all of the features from day to night. Who plays games like that at night? Like, are you 5? Are you sneaking? This kid looks like he's like at least 18 years old. Like, he should not be sneaking under the covers to play his handheld at night. I don't know, but whatever. At any rate, that happened. Okay. Also, one of the other really cool things, this Samsung 2D 3D gaming monitor, it won an innovation award. And so this is really cool. So we all know that things like the Apple Pro, and we've got Facebook's their, I can't think of the word, like their virtual reality glasses, goggles, whatever you want to call them. So basically, this is a monitor and you can toggle back and forth between 2D and 3D, and you don't have to wear anything on your face. Cool, right? So I personally like I'm not a huge fan on those just because like they drive me crazy. I can only wear them for so long. But this actually it goes into 3D. Like you don't have to have anything. It's just it's there. Like the monitor like has the technology built in. It is a concept, but we're going to watch just a second of this. Let me see if I can turn on the volume really quick. Make sure that that's at a good level. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. There we go. Let's watch just a moment of this. Pretty cool, right? It does look a little bit small. I'm assuming that it's just because it's a concept right now, and I'm sure that this will be evolving as time goes on. Oh, I didn't even see this one down here. Ooh. That does actually look pretty badass, right? Yeah, I wanna get one of those for sure. Okay, and then also at, day 2 of CES, here's just some of the things that came out that I thought that were pretty cool, and, Rowan Chung, he put out this really cool thread on everything. So we've got everything from these walkers, what are they called? Oh, moonwalkers. So they actually like help you walk faster with little effort, which is kind of cool. I've actually seen those before. We've got this, it turns from a monitor. You can also fold it up and it turns into a typable keyboard. That is pretty cool. We've got this haptic feedback. That looks pretty amazing. By the way, okay, I went to a movie last night and I'll get into this some other time. It was a horrible experience. Okay, this just real quick. This lady was during the movie, she was FaceTiming someone, like talking out loud, FaceTiming somebody. She was shining her flashlight on the person sitting next to her so he could eat his pizza. She was taking shots and they didn't kick her out or anything. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But at any rate, there is a new Ghostbusters movie to come out. So that totally reminded me of that. Can't wait to see it. Love Ghostbusters. VR and fitness innovation by FitXR Slam. We've got Android Tour from scanning just a QR code. So I'm guessing that this is going to be really big in the future. We've got an AR experience merging technology and IRL. This thing creeps me out. I don't even want to look at it. We've got some really cool new stuff from like Razer and all of the other computer entities. Just a lot of like really cool stuff. Obviously, it was heavily focused around AI. So a new toothbrush. Yeah, so a lot of stuff in vehicle innovation as well. So definitely if you missed some of that, you should check it out because there was just a lot of like really cool stuff that came up. So with that, we've got the Vision Pro. These are set to release on February 2nd. Limited quality quantities. It is going to be like $3,600, so not a small price point at all. I love this, but it's $150,000. It's the micro LED screen at CES. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Look at how cool that is. Like I don't even watch TV, but I want one just so that way I can display some cool art on it. And let's look at this real quick. Ooh, that's amazing. Wino said, "What is your favorite game to play right now?" Honestly, I am not playing a whole lot of games right now just because I am busy, busy, busy with researching and campaigns and everything like that that I'm creating content on. So But I do have a couple of games that I play every day. I'll actually make a post on that on X. So if you're not following me on X, then you'll never know what games I play every single day. But yeah, I don't play as many games as I would like to. Let's put it like that. Hyundai says its electric air taxi business will take flight in 2028. Look at that thing. That's crazy. Walmart is bringing drone deliveries to 1.8 more Texas households. 75% of the Dallas, we call it DFW here in Texas, by the end of 2024. So that is pretty cool. My favorite thing that I saw was the little rabbit pocket companion. I think it's really cool. It's not meant to like replace your cell phone. It's a companion to it. During their keynote, he went on to ask it to basically plan a trip for them, for him and his family to France, I think it was. And so it can do everything from like looking online, getting plane tickets, booking it for you, booking your hotel, doing an itinerary, because it's able to go to multiple different apps. You can give it control of what you want. It can also be on your phone, on your computer, and I think on Apple and PC. So it can kind of do everything. And so people are like, well, why isn't it just an app? Well, because it's not only that, but it also has a AI camera. It's got, you can speak to it, it can speak back to you, you can actually train it to do things, and it's super affordable. It's $199 price point. And so for me, this is the winner of the show. I think that is really cool. And they had 10,000 units sold out the first day. I think they're on like their second, maybe even third, but these are just selling so fast. And so those are super, super cool. All right, let's talk a little bit about X. It removed its NFT profile pictures. I don't know anybody who is extremely mad about this, but it happened. And so now you will no longer see hexagons. Hexagons. I think hexagons are the people that are like really into the hex token, but hexagons. So we will no longer see those. I don't know why they removed it. I don't really care. It's whatever. This is cool. Elon reveals plan to take on Twitch with X live stream monetization perks. So he is obviously trying to make it the everything app and compete with Twitch and Kick and all of the other things. They actually did release a couple days ago. They're transforming the global times town square, and so it goes over everything that they did last year. It's a video first program. They have community notes, which are amazing because that is one of my favorite things on X. Is when you see this like politician post something, and then community notes comes in, and they're like, actually, no, that's not that is not how it works. There are some really funny ones if you go to Gary Gensler's. Yeah, it's hilarious. Spaces, communities, growth, creators, advertising on X, and so just all of these things that they've done, and a little bit more to come on exactly what they're trying to do with investing in creators, making it an all-in-one app, the only place you ever need to go for anything, right? So we'll definitely see some exciting things throughout the year from X. Shout out to Brooke for this. This is hilarious. Okay, so Ford filed a patent for their electric vehicle. So if you're behind on your payments, it will freaking drive itself back to the repo lot. So listen to this. Pretty funny. Can you imagine your car AC shuts off because you missed the payment and then it starts like playing some crazy sounds so that way you get like you don't want to you got to make your payment. You're like, I need this sound to go away. Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny though. I commented on it and I was like, Brooke, I wonder if it's like bye as it's driving away. Car, where are you going? Right? Exactly. Like, I promise I'll pay my bill in 2 days. Yeah. This is actually really good. Meta to restrict teen Instagram and Facebook accounts from seeing content about self-harm and eating disorders. Freaking bravo. I'm sure that there will still be loopholes where they can potentially see some of this, but the fact that they are trying to make it a safer app for kids is definitely good, especially when it comes to some of these self-harm, ED, all of that stuff. Valve, so our beloved Steam, they are basically Valve announces changes to how it's handling AI content on Steam. And so essentially, what they are going to do is for game developers who are using AI in their games, they are going to have a new AI disclosure section. And so essentially, what they'll want AI developers or game developers to do is state whether it's live generated AI or if it's something that they used to build the game. And so you'll be able to see that. Some people really do not like AI at all. Like, I know that there are some games who use AI in their voice acting and people like revolted. I don't know, maybe they're a voice actor and they're afraid of being put out of work. I really don't know. But so yeah, some people actually really care about this. So that is coming up on Steam, so I don't know exactly when that's implemented, but we'll see that soon. OpenAI, they released their Chat GPT store, and so now you can see some of these applications that people have created in order to make your life a little bit easier. And so they have all sorts of different segments on here, but you do have to be a plus a subscriber, which I'm not, so I can't really show you a whole lot more on that, and I'm not going to buy it right now. So there we go. Sorry, not sorry, but layoffs continue, and not to be a downer, but Unity laid off 1,800 people, Twitch, Discord, Pixar Studios, and so just tons of people in the tech industry getting laid off, and so feel really bad for everybody affected on that. But it's just it started at the end of 2023 and it's continuing on to 2024. So hopefully we see a stop to it soon. And I thought this was really, really interesting. And we're almost to the WTF of the week, you guys. So hang out for that. Skip the chat. New dating app wants less talk and more meetups for the matches it helps make. And so essentially what this is you know how like on normal apps you're like swiping and then you'll start a conversation with somebody. Well, this basically gets rid of the conversation. Like you swipe on somebody and you do not talk with them, you meet them in person in real life before you've ever talked with them. And so exactly like what it said is that you go through a bunch of questions, like anything from like, do you like dogs? No. Okay, you're not matched. And so it has a bunch of questions to see if you're compatible with the person. And then the day that you're supposed to meet, it'll like remind you 2 hours before. So that way people don't get stood up on their IRL meet for the first time. What could go wrong? I mean, this is kind of crazy. Like, I cannot imagine the amount of catfishing that is going to go on. And I don't know how this is gonna work out. Like, I would never I mean, I don't like dating apps in the first place, but, like, I would never do that, especially as a woman. Like, this just seems, like, crazy. I don't know, but this isn't even the WTF of the week. This is the WTF of the week. Security news this week. A bloody pig mask is just part of a wild new criminal charge against eBay. So this is super, super crazy. Okay, eBay charged and fined 3 million after bizarre staking and harassment campaign that put bloggers through pure hell. Okay, so here's a lowdown on what happened. These bloggers, like they did not like eBay. They were, I don't know if they were talking smack about it, but eBay got pissed about it, right? And so I think it was like 7 to 9 of the employees at eBay actually. So what they did is they sent a fetal pig, a bloody pig mask, a funeral wreath, a funeral wreath live cockroaches to the people's house. They publicly and privately threatened the couple online through Twitter accounts. They traveled to their home to install a GPS tracker on their vehicle. Craigslist posts were made inviting people to that at their home. And so just this like absolute crazy, crazy stuff. This happened back in 2019. And so eventually eBay got fined for this $3 million. So it's not like it was like the CEO of eBay, but it was some of the employees there that were like trying to get paid back. So think twice next time before you before you submit an online review of somebody you could be put through hell to. No, that is just like obviously a one-off case, but yeah, that's crazy. I could not believe that. That is the WTF moment of the week. Okay, next up, you guys, we're gonna go over some of the funding, some of the chart toppers, and I've got some awesome stuff for you in that segment. So stay tuned, stick around for just one moment, and we will get into that. Okay, very good. For our deal flow this week, we had AI Arena and Sky Arc Chronicles. AI Arena raised $11 million with Framework as their lead investor and a few other ones in the bag as well. So, AI Arena, I am following them, but I don't think this is logged into my X account. But AI Arena, essentially what it is, the leader in AI gaming, train your AI to fight against human trained AIs from around the world. And they've been around for a little while. They've been building for a while. So I was really happy to see that they got some funding and they got some runway to build this. So we'll actually take a look at this. But essentially, what you do is you have a little AI fighter, and you are the one who trains it. You train the AI to basically fight, and it learns the patterns that you give it, and then you put it into arena against another AI robot, and it fights. And so it's pretty innovative in the way that it works. And let's watch just a little bit of this. Pretty cool. So pretty cool there, you guys. There's obviously a lot of fighting games, but there's not a whole lot like that where you're actually training your AI on how to fight. And so, not only is AI a part of the game, but also they have NFTs are in the game as well. They've got an AI arena mint pass. The floor on this is quite a bit. It's 3.5 ETH. And so I was actually looking to see if this was something that went up because of their recent funding. But I took a look at the activity, and I mean, their floor has actually been like holding steady for a while. So it actually did go up a little bit. But yeah, it was at like half an ETH, zero point 0.3, and then end of December it started going up and up and up. So at any rate, they raised 11 million, which is pretty big deal. So congratulations to AI Arena there. Also, Sky Arc Chronicles, they raised 15 million. Lead investor is Binance Labs with a plethora of other investors to accumulate to that $15 million mark. And essentially what they are, they have three games actually. Their website is highlights it best, I believe. If we take a look at their about section, you can kind of see some of their vision. So they're essentially, I don't think it's a publisher, but I think it's more of like a platform where they're building the games. So they're a game studio. They have pretty cool team there, 42 full-time employees, 3 offices worldwide, 3 games in development. They've got a pretty kick-ass roadmap. I was looking at this earlier. They do have NFTs that are incorporated into the game as well. So you can see some of those there for Sky Legends, Sky Heroes. I love the graphics. I mean, I grew up playing Final Fantasy, so I love these kind of graphics anyway. But I like how they have the little chibis. Love this style of artwork. Absolutely. Equipment. And so none of the games that I could find are actually playable right now. I couldn't find any demos, but they do have 3 games that they are building, all with kind of that similar style of artwork. They have the House of Heroes, Legends Arise, and then they've got Skyverse. So you guys can check them out if you like. Their Twitter or X is at SkyArcS. Okay, so with that, just a couple other things to get into in the funding and partnerships. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, I did want to mention this. They are, let's see here. So as I was looking through their X account, they said that they are get ready for an NFT revolution on Ethereum. And so this may be just a little bit of alpha that you might have missed. So just to point this out, it said a friendly reminder slime is equally important. Don't let it slip your mind. And so they're getting ready to release some news on the NFT revolution on Ethereum. The slime, what I found is that they're actually on this marketplace called Element. And so you can actually buy some of the slime. So there's these little treasure chests, and then there's these actual little slime guys. And so how do these play into the game? I'm not 100% sure, but they said that it is going to play a part. So maybe a little bit of alpha. We'll have to see exactly what they are doing though. And if I will regret not buying one. Yeah. But they're actually pretty cheap. It's like 0.03. So not too bad. Luma raises 43 million to build AI that crafts 3D models. I actually tried this out. It was really cool. So it's Genie. You guys can try it out too. It's lumalabs.ai/Genie. And essentially what it is, you put in a prompt and it's going to build a 3D model for you that you can actually export. Like you can actually export the, I think they're GBT files. And there's a couple other ones as well. And it works pretty good. So you put in a prompt and it gives you about 4 different options. And then you can go into one of those options. You can do a high resolution and then you can export the files, which I'm guessing that you'll bring them into Blender or any one of those. So just kind of goes to show how AI is improving uh, just generating 3D models super quick, super easy. It was pretty cool. You guys should definitely try it out. Photo Room, they raised 50 to 60 million. Holy smokes. This you may have seen in, I think Canva might use this or something like it to like remove backgrounds. And so that is that. You've probably used it before. Like it just makes everything really, really easy to edit. But they raised a buttload there. Something with Web3, Fox partners with Polygon Labs to tackle deep fakes distrust. So this is really, really important as AI and deep fakes, especially with like elections coming up. And so essentially what they're going to do is they're going to use Polygon Labs to basically authenticate some of the news and some of the clips that they are putting out so people will know the origin and history of original journalism by cryptographically signing individual pieces of content on the blockchain. So this just goes to show like one of the ways that blockchain can have a real life use application is to verify that these clips that you are seeing are actually correct and it's not just some deep fake AI piece of garbage that somebody put out to try to manipulate you, scare you, or whatever the case may be. So I thought that was actually really cool. This is a huge one. So Ready Player Me, they have been around for a while. Essentially, what they do is they allow you to generate a 3D character of yourself. They partner with a ton of games and metaverses and everything like that. And they announced that they partnered with Lenovo's Legion's new Avatar Master app. You guys, this is a really, really big deal because the size of Lenovo is, I think it's like 16.75 billion is their net worth or their market cap. And so this is a humongous partnership for somebody in Web3. So kudos to Ready Player Me. You guys are obviously kicking ass. If you go on to like LinkedIn and you look at Ready Player Me, like they are all over the place. But I didn't see a lot of people on my timeline talking about it. So I definitely wanted to go over that. Um, that's the market cap, so you guys can see that 16.75 billion of Lenovo. Like they're just a freaking giant. And so essentially what this is, the Lenovo Avatar Master. So that's what the Ready Player Me. You can even just like have it scan a picture of you and it builds you an avatar and it looks amazing and it takes literally like a couple seconds. It's really, really cool. So they have a streaming or showing up in avatars is no longer exclusive to professional content creators. There is no need for other complex tools anymore. Avatar Master is designed to make things easier, and it is so freaking easy. AI powered facial and audio tracking. They said that you can use it in Twitch, Teams, and Zoom. And so it's just giving people access that maybe don't want to show their real face. Maybe they're going to be a vlogger or a vlogger. I guess it's the same thing, or Zoom meetings, or maybe just a character in the metaverse. So kudos to you guys. That is amazing. The last one on here is Polygon based Hytopia migrates L2 chain to Arbitrum. I thought this was interesting and I was like, why would they leave Polygon? Like Polygon is not a bad chain at all. But basically, what they said is Arbitrum continues to be a leader in their advancement of technologies powering rollups. They also said in December, Polygon dropped their continued support of their Polygon Edge software. And I really actually was not aware of that. But evidently, this is what Hypetopia had previously launched their mainnet with. And so it, as they said here, push them into a position where they would be left to solely make any fixes or improvements as needed over due time to Polygon, no longer continuing the development of Edge. So just put them in a little bit of a tricky spot. And so they're like, you know what? We're going to hop on over to Arbitrum. And that is where they are going to be building Hytopia going forward, which is a pretty big deal. This is one of the hyped games in the space. I would definitely say it's kind of like the Web3 version of Minecraft. That's the best explanation that I can give you on it. And so if you take a look at how huge Minecraft is, imagine that with NFT and player owned assets. And you can see why that's going to be pretty big as well. Julie said, I love AI tools for content creators. Yes, me too. Like it makes life so much easier. And okay, so that is the funding and partnerships section. Let's get into the streaming and chart toppers. We're going to burn right through this, you guys. Okay, so on Steam, top sellers in the United States right now, we've got Steam Deck, Baldur's Gate 3. Lethal Company is still on the top. Most played by daily players, Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, Wallpaper Engine, PUBG Battlegrounds, and weekly top sellers, Steam Deck, Baldur's Gate 3, and Lethal Company. I did want to point out also that this past Sunday, Steam broke a record with an all-time high. So they broke their record of concurrent users. It just keeps going up and up and up, of course. So they're breaking their records there. Upcoming Steam game releases, the most requested that people are excited about or most wish listed are Enshrouded, Nightingale, and Dragon's Dogma 2. Upcoming wish listed on Epic, we have Black Myth Wukong, Homeworld 3, and Skull and Bones. In gaming on YouTube right now, what is streaming on top is Subway Surfers, Free Fire, and Roblox. On Twitch streaming, we have just chatting, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5 still, League of Legends, and Escape from Tarkov. And all snap, what is that? I don't know. Oh, that's our mobile games. Mobile games on the App Store, still Monopoly Go at the top, Royal Match and Outlets Rush, top grossing Monopoly Go, Royal Match, and a Candy Crush Saga. Some of these games, they just like never freaking die. Never. Like Candy Crush is just gonna be like, I'll be like 90 years old and like somebody will be playing Candy Crush Saga. They'll be on level like 5,000. Um, that was on iOS. This is on Google Play. Downloads Monopoly Go, Match Frenzy, and Help Me Tricky Story. That's new. On grossing, we have Monopoly Go, Royal Match, and Candy Crush Saga. And top gaming tokens by market cap, Immutable Render, and The Sandbox are holding the top three positions. Top games by blockchain. You guys, on Solana, we have Star Atlas, Geno Pets, Elementara. By the way, Geno Pets is not out yet, but I am going to be putting out a thread. I believe I'm going to try to do it tonight, but if not tonight, I'm going to put it out tomorrow so that way you guys can get early access to Geno Pets. Again, this is not sponsored, but just to let you guys know, a heads up for those of you watching, you get a little bit of alpha. So you'll be able to get early access to Geno Pets as well as an airdrop for some of the food and toys for your Geno pet. So this is basically a fitness app where you have a little pet. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi, but as you walk and you play with it, it evolves. And so that is pretty cool. So there you go. Look out for that, you guys. Top Ronin games, Pixels, Aperion, and Axie Infinity. Arbitrum, we have X Pet Tech, Treasure, and Sparta Decks. On D&D, Starry Night, Sleepless AI, and Second Life. On Immutable, we have Gods Unchained, IMVU, powered by MetaJuice, and Habbo X. On Wax, we have Farmer's World, Alien Worlds, and Wombat Dungeon Master. On Polygon, we have Uliverse, Kratos Studios, and QORPO World. Shout out to them. I'm a partner with them, so I love what they're building. Avalanche, we've got Robots Farm, Chicken, and Snail Trail Game. And last but not least, on ZK Sync Arrow, we've got Robots Farm, Second Life, and ZPet. So that is it for the funding partnerships and chart toppers. I have a game in the discovery section, which we'll go over in just a sec, you guys. Stay tuned. It said the it said it failed to play. Hold on. Let me try one more time. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. So I only have one game to go over because I went over a lot of stuff in the last section and in the news. And the game that I'm going to highlight this time for my gem is going to be Nyan Heroes. This game has been around for a while, so they have been building, but I just saw them pop up on my radar again, and I was really excited. To be fully transparent, I do have one of their NFTs, which I bought a while ago. And so, yeah, I was excited to see this come up because it's kind of one of those that I was like, are they still building? Like I hadn't really been tracking anything on them. But I mean, I was bullish on the game back then. I saw them come up. I've taken a look at what they have been building. And I was like, people, if you don't know about this, you need to know about it because they're building something really cool. So Nyan Heroes is an epic team-based hero shooter featuring small cats piloting giant mechs. Think you have what it takes to be a hero. And so they did announce that they are now on the Epic Games Store, wishlist Nyan Heroes now. So that was their big announcement there. And then they also have a town hall coming up on January 16th. So if you want to learn more about it, get in their Discord. Let's take a look at their website here. And you can see a little bit of the gameplay. So if you like games like this, I think it looks freaking awesome. I cannot wait to play it. Let's scroll down just a little bit. And it goes into some of the story, but they've got some really nice graphics. They have a great website. And you can also wish list it and you can apply to be a Nyan ambassador if you're interested in that. Become a legend in the Battle Dome. It looks so amazing. It's kinda hard to see the cats, but I'll show you the NFTs in just a second, and then it will make perfect sense. But I do wanna show you a little bit of the characters here. Universe of cats, cat-like moves, engage in a cat-like traversal. The Battle Dome is stimulated environments where players will utilize their mechs to compete in glorious combat, and it has skill-based rewards. The more you play, the more you gain. All right, here's some of their characters. Now you can see the cat is basically controlling this giant mech. Looks so badass. I love it. Look at that. Ah, it's so cool. That one is so cool too. Colors remind me of Sonic. We can see some of the weapons here. There we go. And a little bit more of the graphics. I am gonna show you their Steam, or not their Steam, but their Epic as well, because it has a trailer. We're gonna watch a little bit of that real quick. Yeah, let's go. It looks so cool. I cannot wait to play it. Look at it. Who doesn't love cats piloting giant mechs? Come on. So anyway, there is that. And then they do have NFTs is how they fit into the blockchain. So they're on Magic Eden, and you can see some of those here. But yeah, that is my blockchain Web3 game of the week, Nyan Heroes. I hope that you guys like that as well. And they're building something cool. So definitely give them a follow and check them out at Nyan Heroes. And that is it for this week, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. To those of you who have chatted, Julie and Wino, and hey, Miss Bones, what's up, girl? Thank you to those of you who have chatted with me and just for hanging out. Anybody who has watched the show for the first time tonight, thanks for joining. Definitely give me a follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I do this every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you guys all have a really amazing rest of your weekend. Let's freaking go. GG's, everybody. GGHF. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye.